morning and welcome to the English activity for Friday the 22nd of January. Another week nearly over, can you believe it? So, I want to start off by looking at something called idioms. Has anybody ever said to you, "You're pulling my leg"? Might well be an older person like myself. Now, when someone says "you're pulling my leg," what they're actually saying is, "Oh, you're joking with me." No one is actually pulling your leg. And this is what we call an idiom. An idiom is a common word or phrase which means something different from its literal meaning. The literal meaning of "you're pulling my leg" is someone is actually pulling your leg. But the idiom means, "Oh, you're actually joking with me." So we call pulling my leg an idiom. Here are a couple more idioms that you may have heard of. Break the ice. Some people say, "Oh, can you break the ice?" And it means to make people comfortable by talking to them and including them in your group. It doesn't actually mean you have to break any ice at all. Have you ever heard anybody say "you're barking up the wrong tree"? Barking up the wrong tree means to be mistaken. Nobody has been barking and there certainly aren't any trees involved. So breaking the ice and barking up the wrong tree are both idioms. We don't take their literal meaning, we have to know what they mean as idioms. Now here are some idioms that are linked to doors. As one door closes, another opens. Behind closed doors and footing the door. Can you stop the tape and have a go at explaining what you think these idioms mean if somebody said them to you? You might want to ask an older person, or you could actually look it up if you don't know. So let's have a look. As one door closes, another opens means that there are plenty of opportunities. If something you did didn't work or was a failure, there's no need to be put off by it or dismayed because there are plenty more opportunities out there. Behind closed doors, if something's done behind closed doors, it simply means it's done in secret. And to get your foot in the door really means to take the first step towards a goal. I would like to share with you now a poem called "The Door," written by Miroslav Holub. You can listen to me reading to it, or if you go on to the next slide, there is a link to the poet presenting it himself. Go and open the door. Maybe outside there's a tree or a wood, a garden or a magic city. Go and open the door. Maybe a dog's rummaging. Maybe you'll see a face or an eye or the picture of a picture. Go and open the door. If there's a fog, it will clear. Go and open the door. Even if there's only the darkness ticking, even if there's only the hollow wind, even if nothing is there, go and open the door. At least there'll be a draft. And here's the link to the poet reading his own poetry. Make some notes on the poem. What did you like about the poem? What was your favourite line and why? How did the poem make you feel? Why do you think the poet keeps telling you to open the door? It's a line that's repeated throughout the poem. Are there any parts of the poem that leave you with unanswered questions? What questions would you like to ask the poet, Miroslav Holub, if you met him? Stop the video and see if you can note down some of your ideas. Now, for your activity, I would like you to think about poetry presentation. A lot of poets like to share their written words with an audience, so they have to think very carefully how they are going to present their work and how they are going to keep their audience interested. So when you present a poem, you need to think about the speed that you read it at. If you read it too fast, people will not understand. The volume. Which parts need to be louder and which parts need to be quieter? The intonation. That means, are you going to go up at the end of a sentence? Are you going to put an emphasis on certain words? Are you going to pause so that the audience really understands your meaning? Could you add some drama to your presentation? And last of all, clarity. And by clarity, I really mean speaking the words clearly and not mumbling. So, what I'd like you to do is practice reading and performing a poem. It might be the poem that I've just shared with you, or it might be a poem that you've written during home learning. We would love to see a video.